Good afternoon from Seabrook, New Hampshire, where today we're going to ride CNJ from here to Boston South Station before I board an Amtrak train later, which will not be in this video. So let's walk on in. CNJ are a bus company primarily operating buses from the New Hampshire coastal area until Boston and New York City. Formerly having many more stops, the company has since downsized to be primarily a commuter operator from southeastern New Hampshire, making a majority of its money from people taking buses to the airport, thanks to the incredibly cheap parking at the stations here. The company does also run long-distance coaches, which you can ride all the way from Portsmouth to New York City as their longer journey. Here inside, the building features very little, only featuring an information desk, which is usually staffed with at least one person, in addition to a cafe, which I believe is open until 11 or 11:30 a.m. daily, usually hosting free coffee, hot water, and tea for all passengers that are paying. Over in the right, there are some bathrooms near the doors to the platforms, which we will go closer to our departure. A screen of some rotating information also exists, mostly just of advertising and schedules and service updates. There are also many seats in the station, so I will just go and sit down for now. And soon later, we can go out and show you guys the bays. And just as they do so, the bus is announced.
Hey, good afternoon, CNJ passengers. Your 125 coach to South Station Boston is now arriving. Please head out to dock number 2. Again, the 125 coach to South Station Boston is now arriving and will be boarding on dock 2. Thank you for your patience.
Well, anyways, here in Seabrook, there are 4 bays, and our bus pulls into bay number 2, so we can just walk on over.
Maybe you can put your suitcase in.
And put our bags under and go on in. A few minutes later, we depart from Seabrook, 7 minutes late, at 13:32. Today, we will be traveling from Seabrook to Boston. The ride is scheduled to take 50 minutes, and we will be traveling 69.87 kilometers or 43.42 miles today. Now then, let's go!
seat, simply pull the lever located on the outside corner. Armrests can be extended by pulling up and then setting them at the desired level. We also offer complimentary Wi-Fi aboard this coach. You can plug in your device using the AC power outlet available near your seat. Electronic devices, including laptops, smartphones, tablets, and other portable entertainment devices, may be used with headphones only. You're welcome to text, but we kindly ask that you do not make phone calls on this coach. Brief emergency phone calls are permitted. This coach is equipped with a lavatory in the rear and a waste receptacle in the front. We ask that you please minimize trips to the lavatory for emergencies only. We appreciate your help in keeping our coach clean and throw your trash away before you leave. Above you, you'll find a passenger control panel featuring fresh air vents and LED reading lamps for your convenience. We recommend you limit your movement while in transit, especially while in the city or in heavy traffic. We never approach the driver while the coach is in neutral, unless of course there is an emergency. If you choose to move out, please use the overhead handrails directly beneath the overhead compartment doors for your safety in the event of sudden stops and starts. In the unlikely event of an emergency, there are several emergency exits located throughout the coach, including
We travel south on Interstate 95 to start our journey, and we soon exit New Hampshire into Massachusetts. So let's check out our legroom, which is honestly not bad for a commuter bus, though I cannot imagine being on this bus for 4 to 6 hours all the way to New York City. That being said, from what I've seen, there are higher quality of buses used for the New York City route. Most seats on here feature footrests as well as cup holders, with the exception of some front seats, as these are attached to the backs of the previous seats. The cup holders are depressed a very far too much for this simple drink, so I would not say that they are of the highest quality. However, they do get the job done. The seats have a rubber cover over them and are very comfortable. Honestly, some of the highest quality bus seats I've ever been on in my limited coach bus experience. I am saying limited as in I've only been on one other operator other than C&J. That is the one you guys saw last week. At least at the time of writing this script. At the time this is published, I will have gone on at least 2 more operators. Moving on, let's go look out our window. We now pass over the Merrimack River and enter into the tourist city of Newburyport. This city also serves as the final stop and the namesake of the Newburyport line on the MBTA commuter rail. Unfortunately though, we pass through the suburban part of the city and not the touristy part of the city, so we do not get much good views. However, me and my family have been here many times, and I would highly recommend going on a day trip here if you live in eastern Massachusetts. Now, the seats also feature 2 outlets on the windows or under the seats, depending on which type of bus you have, to use to power your electronics. But now, let's go check out this singular bathroom on this coach, shall we? Walking all the way to the back, you can find it. It is definitely a bit bumpy and hard to open. The inside is incredibly small and definitely not wheelchair accessible. I would doubt that it is even accessible to those on crutches, such as me right now at the time of writing and voicing this for at least a few more days, although hopefully not at the time of publishing, as the bus is very, very wobbly. The inside features pretty much the bare minimum of a toilet and also some hand sanitizer. The toilet is a vacuum, thankfully, though it is also very loud, so be ready for that if you struggle with sensory issues such as myself. The bathroom also features an emergency call button right next to the flush button. Opening the door out can be annoying, but it is not too much of a struggle. And we can now make our way back to our seat. There are not too many other amenities on here. Though free water was distributed pre-pandemic at the front, this is no longer distributed. In addition, video boards exist at the top, but these are not always used, and when they are, they're used nearly exclusively for safety videos. The front, however, does also feature a trash can, which you can use to trash anything you may have brought on board to consume. Seats feature a light at the top of them for reading at night, as well as air conditioning vents, which are able to be opened or shut or adjusted to a very limited extent. And now, we are passing through the more closer suburbs of Boston, passing near Peabody, which is now a dull and boring suburb, but is actually the city where most of the Salem witch trials actually took place, although many did take place in Salem as well. And more near to Revere, we start getting in some traffic, but we do quickly leave it as we near our destination. And while we do near Boston South Station, let's talk about the price and the value of this journey. All CNJ buses have a flat fare depending on the route that you are going on, as well as which station in New Hampshire that you are departing from. For this one, it is $13.99 USD. However, I do believe it was only $12.99 US at the time of filming this. Alas, it is $13.99 now. I do think that this is a really good value for what you get. However, since nearly all stations in New Hampshire require a car to get to, you do have to take into account parking, which is $4 US a day for parking in the Seabrook station. Overall though, you still do get a great value, and a very fast one too. I would highly recommend using this if you live in Rockingham County, New Hampshire. and in very little time, we actually reached Boston South Station, only adding 1 minute to our delay as we pull into Gate 13, just 8 minutes late, and we can end our journey. Thank you so much for watching today. Shortly after this, I actually filmed my Acela video, which is one of my personal favorite videos that I've ever made on this channel. Sadly, it has very little views, and some of those views, admittedly, are myself watching it, since it is genuinely one of my highest quality videos in my opinion. Other than the filming, because I was trying out using a digital camera at the time and not my phone. But anyways, I would appreciate if we could change that. But alas, thank you for watching this video so much. Next week, we'll be riding Flixbus from Springfield to Boston for my first time ever. Or I guess not my first time ever, since I rode it to Springfield on that day and I was riding it back on that day. But you know what I mean. Please like the video if you liked, dislike if you disliked, comment if you have any comments, and I do hope you will come again. With that being said, bye now, and I will see you next week.